And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Ryan Metzler.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan Metzler here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ubongo, which is a puzzle game in which players are going to try to put together a puzzle as fast as possible while racing other players, and whoever gets their puzzle put together the fastest is going to get to take gems, which will eventually be points at the end of the game, and you're going to win by having the most gems in one color. So real quick, why don't we take a look at how the game plays. It's a very quick game. I'll give you a brief overview of that, and then we'll come back here and I'll give you my final opinion on it. So here you can see one player's set of pieces for Ubongos, and then the scoring track, or the victory point earning track that you're going to be trying to move around on and gain gems. Each player is going to have 9 boards, and these boards are going to represent areas that you're going to be trying to put puzzle pieces into in order to fill in the area. And you're going to know what puzzle pieces to use because you're going to roll a die, and it's going to tell you which 3 puzzle pieces you're going to use, or if you're on the other side, which 4 puzzle pieces you're going to use in order to try and fill this in. So this is going to be a race game to fill this area in faster than anybody else in order to earn victory points. Now, you have the 3 and 4 piece sides because you can handicap some players if some players are better than others. There are 9 of these for each player, and you're going to play 9 rounds in order to score victory points. And when you score victory points, you're going to do so by finishing your puzzle faster than everyone else. And what you're going to do after that is you're going to be able to move your pawns left to right on this track here, and then you're going to take whatever gems are closest to you when you finish. So for example, let's say this pawn here finished first, they would be able to move up to 3 spots, and then they would be able to take the 2 closest gems to them. So they would earn these 2 blue gems. And they would put these in their own personal supply, and they would have 2 blue. And I'll explain what the objective here is momentarily. But each round, you're going to start with a board, and everybody's going to have the same board, and you're going to have this die. And you're going to roll the die, and you're going to put it down, and let's say it comes up with the snake. So we've rolled the die, we have the snake, and we'd look at our board, and we would see snake here. So with the snake, we're going to use the little L, and we're going to use this kind of T-shaped piece, and we're going to use the big L. And we'd find those 3 things. After we found all 3 of our pieces, we would take the sand timer included in the game and we'd flip it over, and everyone would try and solve their puzzle at the same time. So for example, this player here, they're going to set this down, they're going to put this piece here right in there, and then they're going to take the final piece and they're going to throw it in there. And when you finish, you're supposed to yell Ubongo. So I've got all my pieces in here, I would be like, Ubongo! And I'm the first person done, and that's when I'm going to get to move my pawn and take the 2 gems closest to me when I do so. So as I said, I'd move and I'd take these 2 blue gems. The second person to finish is also going to get to move up to 3 spaces. So let's say it was this player here. They move 3 spaces, and they're going to take this brown and this yellow. And you'll note that the brown and the yellow are a little hard to distinguish, but one is brown and one is yellow. And they would put those in their supply. And if any third or more players finish after that, they're all going to move 1 space and take the closest gem to them. So this player might move here and take the red, and this player might move here next to him or on the same space as him and take the green. After that, you're going to continue on with the next board. So each player would take out their next board and they would roll the die again, figuring out which pieces to use, and they would start the process all over again, trying to finish the puzzle faster than their opponents. Now, at the end of the game, you're going to score victory points. You're going to score based on how many gems you have, what the most gems you have in one color. So if the most gems I have is in blue and I have 6 blue, and then the next player has 5 green and another player has 4 yellow, I'm going to win because I have 6 blue gems. That is my highest color, and I have the most of them, more than anybody else has of their highest color. If there's a tie, you go to the next color until you find a number where one person has more gems of their second, third highest than anyone else, and that player is the winner. And that's Ubongo. Now, a pretty simple game, as you saw. You're going to flip the timer over, you're going to put your pieces in the thing, and you're going to try and beat everybody else. Great. And now it's not a real deep game, it's pretty simple, but it's really fun. You're racing those other players, you're frantically trying to get those pieces to fit into the little grid, and hoping that you get there before everybody else. Now, it's good for both young kids, relatively young kids, and adults alike, and you can handicap players in order to try and balance it out. So if you're looking for a nice, light, easy game, one that's suitable for many members of your family, I definitely suggest taking a look at Ubongo. I think it's something that you would enjoy immensely.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.